What is going on, everybody? CB back with you yet again. Just cruising along in the black, about to open up some Reddit. How about we cover some TIFU today? And for those of you that might not know what that means, TIFU. Today, I f***ed up. So without further ado, how about we just jump right in? Today I f***ed up when I shared fun facts about me at work. Random throwaway. My GF called me at work yesterday to tell me she was experiencing a panic attack. I asked where she was. She said she was stuck in traffic. I encouraged her to stop the car on the side of the road as soon as it was safe to proceed. In the meantime, I applied what she taught me to do if she had a panic attack, which was to distract her with random conversation. It was my first time interacting with someone having a panic attack. I had no idea what kind of random content would be appropriate for the conversation I was required to provide in such an intense situation. So I opted for about me. 1. My mental clock always wakes me up on time. 2. I still need to literally fall as an adult. 3. Spiders scare me. 4. I'm the tallest person in my family. 5. Every time I meet a pregnant woman, I think, now everyone knows you had sex. 6. I never wear hats. 7. My worst case scenario trick to lasting longer in bed is to imagine Ron Perlman and Danny DeVito making out naked. 8. I buried the teddy bear I used to f*** as a horny teenager in my parents' backyard because it eventually lost all of its softness and I didn't want my mom and dad to ask awkward questions about the crusty bear. Fun facts indeed, OP. 9. Question mark, question mark, question mark. There was no 9 because one of my coworkers interrupted me. I was on the toilet at work when my GF called. I thought I had privacy because the men's room was empty when I entered, but then someone knocked on the door. The coworker, think Gen Z Nathan Fielder. I didn't know how much Nathan heard, but he must have heard enough because he asked if I was drunk. I said I was dealing with a personal emergency, which prompted him to ask if it was a mental health issue. I said I would explain later. My GF was laughing on the phone. Nathan making me uncomfortable apparently made her panic attack go away. The good news, my GF recovered. The bad news, Nathan knows too much about me now. TLDR. GF called me at work to tell me she was having a panic attack. I tried to distract her with about me. One of my coworkers overheard some of my NSFW facts and now I'm on his radar for all the wrong reasons. Damn, OP. That was a good story. Your poor bear. One can only imagine what that bear must have endured, the relentless beatings throughout your teenage years. I'm sure the comments must be a little spicy. Let's check them out. Darkness Mage. You know how you know a subreddit can't be real, but curiosity makes you click? This is one of those subreddits. I can't wait to see what else Reddit will surprise me with. Yes indeed, Darkness Mage. If there's anything that you can count on Reddit for, is a whole lot of surprises. Spelling horror. There is nothing holy in this place. Besides the ones in those stuffies, of course. Psych-chan. Krusty Bear remembers. Krusty Bear always remembers. Reddit username here. Just tell him you were trying to make your GF laugh to calm down her panic attack and some of that shit was made up. Aberdeen Gardens. Sure you were, and sure it was. Plushie fucker. Bigga204. You fuck one plushie to death and all of a sudden, you're a plushie fucker. Branded for life there, OP. And up next. Today I fucked up by telling my parents I was gay to avoid their arranged marriage proposals. So I'm pretty straight. Maybe slightly bi if we count femboys. Let's get that out of the way first. I'm also an Indian American male, around 26 years of age. I'd also like to clear up some misconceptions around arranged marriage. A lot of non-Indians seem to think it's literally your parents choose who you marry and that's that. But that's not really the case. Instead, it's more like your parents tap their network to find potential partners for you. If you like each other's pics, then you guys meet in person and then you decide whether or not you want to get married. So basically, your parents are Tinder and you get a meeting or two to decide whether or not you want to get married. It's not quite as bad as many of you think it is, but the whole process feels super rushed and I'd rather date someone before I figure out if we're compatible or not. Anyways, my parents have recently been getting on my case about getting married. Apparently I'm getting older, need to settle down and give them grandchildren or something like that. Basically every time I see them, which is fairly often since they live close by, they have a new potential match for me, a picture of some new girl and ask me if I'd be willing to meet her. It's honestly super annoying but I'm too non-confrontational to really put my foot down and say, I don't want an arranged marriage. After all, if I do, there'd be an argument or at minimum, some interrogation about why I don't want one. Anyways, I was thinking of ways I could get them to stop harassing me about getting married. I decided it'd be a lot easier to just come out as gay than to explain why I didn't want an arranged marriage. My parents were fairly conservative, but weren't the types to disown their kids. And if I just said I was gay, I'd have a solid reason to not get an arranged marriage. I didn't like girls. So that's what I ended up doing last time I was visiting. They were showing me pictures of some girl and I just looked at them in the eyes and said, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. They got really quiet and awkward and asked me if I was sure, and I said yes. My mom told me they'd love me no matter what, and to do what makes me happy. My dad was a lot more awkward and quiet, but later gave me a similar talk about how he was a bit uncomfortable with the idea, but recognizes that times are changing and I should do what makes me happy. Overall, I did feel kinda bad because of how genuinely my parents seemed to respond to me, but was happy with the result. They stopped giving me arranged marriage proposals and stopped showing me pictures of girls. That is until last weekend. I visited them as usual and was greeted by my mom, who was more excited than usual. She sat me down and pulled out a binder with a bunch of pictures of guys. Apparently, my parents had spent the last month or so looking for any and all gay Hindu Indian men who I could potentially marry. What a tangled web we weave. So now I guess I'm dealing with the exact same shit, but instead of being greeted with pictures of cute Indian girls, I get to see pictures of gay Indian dudes instead. F my life, lol. Damn OP, you done made your bed, man. Now do you really want to sleep in it? At this point, the plan is to either find the girlfriend and tell my parents she totally turned me straight, or maybe marry a twink or something. IDK. TLDR? Told my parents I was gay so they would stop pestering me with arranged marriage matches. Start potential gay suitors instead. Oh boy, OP. Talk about a backfire. Oh, and here we have an update. Today I fucked up by telling my parents I was gay to avoid their arranged marriage proposals. Update. Hey everyone. I don't know if you remember me, but I'm the dude who came out as gay to avoid an arranged marriage. Anyway, I have an update for you guys. I read all the comments on the original post, from the people telling me to just tell my parents, questioning whether or not I was really straight, laughing at the admittedly fairly funny situation I'd gotten myself into, and a couple of people who were straight up mean. At the end of the day though, posting here probably gave me the final push to do something. The weekend after I made the post, I visited my parents as always and resolved myself to tell them the truth. However, when I got there, my mom as always pushed the binder in my hands and I kinda lost my resolve to tell her. I decided to just play along. It was then that I remembered the people on this thread who made fun of me for liking femboys and questioned whether or not I was really straight. I kinda took that to heart and decided to look at the binder of dudes in earnest to see if I liked any of them. To be honest, I'm really glad I did. Most of the dudes were unattractive as expected, but I found a dude on there who I legitimately think is cuter and more feminine than the vast majority of girls I've seen. I told my mom I liked him, and she kinda joked around asking me what the point of being gay is when I wanted a dude who looked like a girl anyways. She talked to his parents. We had a meeting set up over Zoom, and overall it went really well. Me and him have a bunch of common interests. We're both massive weebs and history nerds. And he also disclosed that he apparently cross-dressed in private, which only made me like him more. In the end though, we both decided we didn't want to rush into marriage and wanted to do a dating trial run of sorts. I told my parents and they were fine with it. My dad literally just told me that as long as we have marriage as an eventual goal and don't have sex before marriage, they didn't mind if we dated. Y'all, literally this whole shit show could have been avoided, LMFAO. Though I'm kinda glad it wasn't. Luckily, he lived in the same state as me, but he was still a 3 to 4 hour drive away. So mostly, we've just had Discord calls and spent time together gaming for the past few weeks. This Saturday though, we finally managed to meet up in person and have a date. And honestly, I think I'm kinda in love. Dude's cuter than any girl I've ever met, but unlike most girls, he's actually into the same things I am. Anyways, we ended up having a great day out on Saturday and I ended up staying at his place over the weekend. Though surprisingly, I kept my promise to my dad and somehow avoided having sex. LOL. Anyways, yeah, I'm now back home and extremely happy with my decision to lie to my parents. Then again, is it really lying if it turned out to be true? I really do like him and will probably ask him to marry me a couple months from now if nothing goes wrong. That was TLDR in reverse. TLDR, guess I really was gay all along. Well, how about that, folks? A happy ending. I guess it really wasn't a fuck up. All in all though, great story, OP. I guess you literally found your person, huh? Let's get a couple rapid fire stories in. Today I fucked up by flirting with a girl I liked while multitasking. So I'm in college and was assigned to a group for a group project. We were all in a chat working on the project trying to coordinate. At the same time, I was flirting with a girl I had been dating. She asked that I share a sexy picture of myself. I clicked the wrong text group and sent a picture of myself shirtless from the waist up, cropped very close to, but not exposing, my crotch. That was about an hour or two ago. I am mortified. I feel physically sick. I deleted the photo, but it was still in the chat. I kept apologizing profusely. I feel worse the more I talk about it and think about it. I have a presentation today with this group of classmates. FML.
TLDR?
I tried to talk in a group chat and flirt with a girl and sent a sexy photo of myself to the wrong people, who are my classmates. And up next, today I fucked up by trying to approach an older woman at the gym. I'm a virgin at 23 and would say I'm pretty desperate at this point. The build-up must be unbelievable. I've been working out for a while, and I'm terrible in social situations. I saw this woman looking at me after my workout when I was resting. I said, "How are you doing?" She said,
"Okay, sorry to disturb you."
Then stood there for about 3 seconds. My sex drive shot up, so I thought about approaching her. I have never done anything like this. I was confident though. She was in her car and I approached her. Yes, I know, inappropriate. And said, "Hey, how are you doing? I think you're beautiful." Again, I know. She then said,
"Okay, I'll tell my husband you said that."
I could have shit my pants.
"But I'm an old lady,"
she continued. I apologized to her and walked back to my car, where I am right now typing this while simultaneously wanting to jump off a roof.
TLDR.
I tried to approach an older lady at the gym as a socially awkward virgin man in his 20s. I thought she was signaling me. Turns out I went about it in the inappropriately, and she was also married. Well, OP, at least you tried, and hopefully you learned something along the way. Hopefully soon one day you'll pop your cherry. But now you know. And as they say, knowing is half the battle. Well, friends, that'll wrap it up for today. Thank you so much for joining me once again. I really do appreciate your time. Anyway, be sure to do the usual. Like, comment, subscribe. The Spaceman is trying to grow. Until next time, friends. CB, signing off. 07.